Major non-NATO ally is a designation given by the United States government to close allies who have strategic working relationships with U.S. armed forces but are not members of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. While the MNNA status does not automatically include a mutual defense pact with the United States, it does confer a variety of military and financial advantages that otherwise are not obtainable by non-NATO countries. History: MNNA status was first created in 1989 when Section 2350A, otherwise known as the Nunn Amendment, was added to Title 10 of the United States Code by Congress. It stipulated that cooperative research and development agreements could be enacted with non-NATO allies by the Secretary of Defense with the concurrence of the Secretary of State. Initial MNNAs were Australia, Egypt, Israel, Japan, and South Korea. In 1996, major non-NATO allies received additional military and financial benefits when Section 2321K was added to Title 22 of the U.S. Code, which added MNNAs to many of the same exemptions from the Arms Export Control Act that were enjoyed by NATO members. It also authorized the President to designate a nation as an MNNA 30 days after notifying Congress. When enacted, the statute designated Australia, Egypt, Israel, Japan, Jordan, New Zealand, and South Korea as major non-NATO allies. U.S.-New Zealand's strategic and military cooperation suffered a setback after the breakdown of the ANZ-US alliance in 1984 over nuclear ship entry. The designation of New Zealand as an MNNA reflected the warming of relations between the two. In June 2012, New Zealand signed a partnership arrangement with NATO, further strengthening and consolidating relations. In 2014, a bill was introduced to the United States Congress to grant major non-NATO ally status to Georgia, Moldova, and Ukraine. In May 2015, U.S. President Barack Obama declared his intention to make Tunisia a non-NATO ally while hosting his Tunisian counterpart Behi Caid Essebsi at the White House benefits. Nations named as major non-NATO allies are eligible for the following benefits: entry into cooperative research and development projects with the Department of Defense on a shared cost basis, participation in certain counter-terrorism initiatives, purchase of depleted uranium anti-tank rounds, priority delivery of military surplus, possession of war reserve stocks of DoD-owned equipment that are kept outside of American military bases, loans of equipment and materials for cooperative research and development projects and evaluations, permission to use American financing for the purchase or lease of certain defense equipment, reciprocal training, expedited export processing of space technology, permission for the country's corporations to bid on certain DoD contracts for the repair and maintenance of military equipment outside the United States. Major strategic partner. In December 2014, the U.S. Congress passed the U.S.-Israel Major Strategic Partner Act. This new category is one notch above the major non-NATO ally classification and adds additional support for defense, energy, and strengthen cooperation business and academics. The bill additionally calls for the U.S. to increase their war reserve stock in Israel $1.8 billion. List of MNNAs. The following countries have been designated as major non-NATO allies of the United States, named by George H. W. Bush: Australia, Egypt, Israel, Japan, South Korea, named by Bill Clinton: Jordan, New Zealand, Argentina, named by George W. Bush: Bahrain, Philippines, Thailand, Kuwait, Morocco, Pakistan, named by Barack Obama: Afghanistan, Tunisia. Other proposed MNNAs. Other states have been proposed as future major non-NATO allies. Following the 2014 Crimean crisis, members of Congress proposed designating Ukraine, Moldova, and Georgia as major non-NATO allies. During a 2015 Camp David summit with the Gulf Cooperation Council states, the Obama administration considered designating Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Oman, and Qatar as MNNAs.